looks so fuzzy. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I don't know. It looks fuzzy for me. Let me see. Let's see now. That's a little better. But anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Just trying to get myself situated here. Beautiful day. And here we are. Government shutdown. I want to know how y'all feel about it. I got my own take. Y'all already know. For those that come on my live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Personally, I'm okay with it, and I'll probably get into later why I'm okay with it. I know people have paychecks. I understand it's going to affect people's livelihood. But the stuff that I see, why they shutting it down, what the Democrats are trying to ask for, is completely ridiculous. They keep trying to put it in the form of health care. But the reality of it is it's just another money grab for illegal immigrants and people that ain't supposed to be in this country, and all of this transgender surgeries and all this other stuff that has nothing to do with real everyday people's health care. The stuff that really should matter. But, it is what it is. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. But as the time progresses, we're going to get into it. Hold up. Calvin, do you agree with Trump's decision about raiding Medicare? Here's the thing. Yes, I do. And I'm explaining to you why. There's too many people that are legal immigrants getting health care, getting money from American taxpayers that should not be there. And whatever you got to do to gut it out, to make sure that the only people that is benefiting from Medicare, health care, and everything else is American citizens only. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I do not agree with illegal immigrants and people that are not from this country getting benefits from this country. It should be for the people that worked in America, paid into the tax structure, and born and raised right here in this country. Not people that ain't supposed to be here, and what the Democrats have been doing already. And they've been doing this for a while. And they keep trying to spin it. They keep trying to spin it like it's not for who it's for, like American citizens. If you look at what they're doing and what they're saying, you will see that it's not totally going to affect American citizens. It's going to affect the people that should not be getting money from American citizens and people that work here. They're trying to give it to people that are not supposed to be here. And that's what they've been doing for a while already. And it needs to stop. What's up, T-Rat? He lives in fear. Man. It's hilarious to me when I see people on my live and he lives in fear. What do you mean by live in fear? I mean, we talk about how people feel about government shutdown, but what do you mean by he lives in fear? There's a reason he's not showing any evidence. Let me see. I'm on live. I'm on a phone. I can't show you nothing. But my thing is just go find out for yourself. The Democrats were proposing. They wanted to take all this, almost $1 trillion, so that they can fund transgender surgeries and all this other stuff that they've been doing already. Just Trump administration shut a lot of that down. So my thing is you got to gut it in order to make sure that the only people getting benefits from America is American citizens. And that's it. What's up, Ken? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. But, you know, everybody has their opinion. We'll see how this is going to play out. We'll see how this is going to play out. But at the end of the day, again, I'm an American citizen. I don't want nobody I don't want them taking taxes out of my paycheck, giving it to anyone else other than Americans. That's it. That's it. You can't say without zero evidence. All you got to do is go look at where the money going. You go look at where the money is going and look at who you go look at who the Democratic Party campaign for all the time and what they do. The Democratic Party always is the ones that was funding all this transgender surgery. The Democratic Party. Now, if you're not willing to put the effort and the time in to really research it, that's your choice. You don't have to. Thanks. Appreciate it. Right, exactly. And you said from Canada, the same bull crap is going on over there. And I know what? I don't know a whole lot about Canada, but I know that definitely is going on in Canada. That's what happens when you have these liberal-minded people that people vote for and put them in position and don't really scrutinize what they are. They don't use common sense. They run on emotions and feelings. They don't use common sense. How many minors have had bottom surgery? First of all, no minor should be having them. And it doesn't matter how many. One is too many. One minor having bottom surgery is too many. Any type of surgery is too many. One. Now, if you're an adult, you decide to butcher yourself up, that's your choice as an adult. But not a minor. What's up, Joe? How you doing? God bless you. Yes, I am. Love my country. I don't care how anybody feel about it. Because I know a lot of people think because my skin is melanated, I'm not supposed to like America. This is the funny part. This is how racist these people are. They think if your skin is melanated, a lot of these people, you're not supposed to be American patriot. You're not supposed to be patriotic. So you already judge my behavior based off my skin. Like we ain't supposed to love our country where we were born and raised at. This is my country too. I'm not gonna let nobody tell me it ain't my country. So that's where the idiocy come in at. A lot of times, and I got proof because I see it on my live all the time. They call me Uncle Ruckus, don't know nothing about me because they trying to say because of my skin is melanated, I'm not supposed to love America. April Flower said, why do you lie? Lie about what? What's up, Jake Gibson? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Appreciate it very, very much. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I hear you, April, but what do you say? You saying that, but what do you mean? What's up, Kat? I love everybody until you give me a reason, not for the most part. It had nothing to do with Trump. I voted for Trump. Real talk, I did. And I campaigned for him too. Why? Because what he was running on is what I wanted. If you would have took Trump out the equation and put another candidate there and ran on the same policies that he was running on, I would have more likely voted for them. See, I don't care about my personal feelings about how I like or dislike a candidate. That ain't going to liking and disliking a candidate is not going to be dictating whether I vote for them or not. I don't vote based on how I feel about a person. I vote based on their qualifications and their experience and what they're talking about and their record. So Trump has already proven that he's a businessman. He's been successful. So, okay, America is like a business, so there's a good chance he might be qualified. Now, I did not vote for him the first time. So he was in office 4 years. Economy was doing great. And then the Biden administration came and messed it up. All right, cool. I want that back. So not only did I vote for him, I also campaigned for him. Oh, I'm not offended. Listen. At the end of the day, April, you saying bull crap, but what? What do you mean? A lot of people go through bankruptcies. Here's the thing when you don't realize is that there's a lot of successful companies that has either filed bankruptcy, went through bankruptcy, suffered bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is not end of all. It's not the end of all. That's why we have bankruptcy there, because sometimes no matter what idea you come up with, you might have some issues and run through a problem. And it might not go so well the first time, maybe the second time. See, this is where the difference between failure and not quitting. If a person files for bankruptcy and then they find themselves in a situation and they still fight their way out of it and still become successful, is a different than somebody filing for bankruptcy and then giving up and just throwing in the towel. That's the difference between a quitter and a non-quitter. Clearly, the man wasn't a quitter. So you telling me the Trump Taj Mahal and all of that stuff happening when all these black fighters and all of these black performers and all of these people, Mike Tyson and all of these people, all of that was fake. When they was fighting, when you seen Trump right in the middle of the ring for years, all that was fake. You go look at all of these old fighters, Holyfield, Mike Tyson, and all of these heavyweight fighters and all these fighters that was fighting in Trump's vineyard. You seen Trump right in the middle of the ring. That was all fake. Right. So Trump being on the Fresh Prince show, that was fake. Trump, when Jennifer Hudson family got slaughtered, God rest their soul, Trump was the one who put her and the rest of her family up in his casino, his hotel, and protected them and rent free until they was good to go. Trump did that. The same Trump that paid money to get Nelson Mandela over to America because he wanted to come because the United States government didn't want to spend the money to do it. That's the same Trump. I ain't got to prove it. It's all out there. That's the same Trump. The same Trump that when that black woman was sitting at a bench and ready to kill herself, Trump sat there and talked her off a ledge, and she was about to throw her life away. Put some money in her hand, and she said if it wasn't for Trump, she probably would have killed herself. Because he just happened to be standing outside at the moment. You can go right through my channel, and you'll find all of this. And I know y'all not going to do it, but you can find it. Trump didn't run. Trump ran on that border. I want you to get that straight. I think it said Josh. Well, go look up, April. Go look up the story of Jennifer Hudson. What happened when her family when she won American Idol. When she was on American Idol. I want you to go look up what happened with her family and who protected her family. Where did her family go when it happened? But I know y'all not gonna be. Yeah, I still support Trump. That's what I voted for. Of course, I still support him. That's the person I voted for. And here's the thing. Everything that he ran on campaign-wise, I'm getting. 100% of what he ran on when he campaigned, because I was listening, I'm getting. I wanted him to shut down that border and stop these illegal crossings. That's what's happening. That's what I voted for. I voted for him to get all these illegal immigrants out of here as soon and quick as possible. That's what's happening. I voted for no tax on tips. That's what's happening. I voted for no tax on overtime. That's what's happening. I voted for them to gut the United States government and stop wasteful spending and stop giving all of this stuff and these benefits to people not from this country. That's what's happening. I voted for them to give people their second and right amendments back to the people where it's supposed to be. That's what's happening. Now, as far as the Epstein file, I care less about that. Now, if they got evidence of somebody touching kids, handle that. Jesse said non-citizens can have. Let me explain something to you about non-citizens. I want you to go look at non-citizens getting CDL license. They're not even going through the whole process of getting a commercial driver's license. But non-citizens are getting commercial driver's license, and American citizens are having going through the whole process. You got non-citizens that can't even read, don't speak English, don't even know what the signs are. Yet they're getting driver's license in America, commercial driver's license. But you telling me they're not getting benefits? Yeah, okay, good luck with that one. Yeah, he is keeping his crypto promise. That's why I own crypto and I bought crypto. See, my thing is this. This is where people that don't pay attention and people that do pay attention, this is where the difference is at. They got y'all so in y'all feelings and y'all emotions not liking a person, as opposed to you listening to a person and what they saying and possibly preparing yourself for whatever comes about. See, I was prepared for what was coming. And financially, since Trump has gotten in office, financially, I am doing a whole lot better financial. Why? Because I prepared for it. I knew that he was a man of his word, and I positioned myself based on that. And I'm getting extreme results because of it. Not only politically, but also financially. Not only politically, but also financially. It's beautiful. You don't have to be poor. I grew up poor. See, my thing is this: when you consistently give people handouts, that's what causes them to stay where they're at. But if you make somebody desperate, you're gonna make two choices. You either gonna become more of a criminal, or you're gonna put more effort into bettering your life, because now you don't have no support system other than yourself, which it should be you anyway. See, I work for all mine. I put my foot to the grind and work for all mine and try my best to make smart decisions. Does that work 100% of the time? No, but one thing I didn't do is quit. I don't sell dope, and I ain't gonna never sell it. April say I got nothing but a big mouth. That's funny. What's up, Benny? How you doing? God bless you. See, I love it when people come in here and call me names. The name calling is the most fun part for me. I love it when people call me names. Yes, Paul, make deportations great again. I love it. I'm so glad. Get them all out of here. I'm doing this stream because I got no money. You might be right. You might be right, Jonathan. I think that was Jonathan who wrote that. No, it wasn't Jonathan. I'm Trump's uncle. I'm confirming you're lying. You can say lying or not. I'm benefiting from this Trump presidency. I'm not lying. I'm benefiting 100%. Everything I voted for, I'm getting. Everything he campaigned on, I'm getting. So how am I lying if I'm getting what I voted for? if I'm getting what I voted for. So if y'all think I'm lying, I tell y'all what. Go look at Robinhood stock. You think I'm bullcrapping? Go look at Robinhood stock when Trump said it's a good time to buy, and go look at price of Robinhood stock right now. Can't even buy eggs, please. Eggs are nowhere near the price they was when Biden was in office. When Joe Biden in office, eggs was way more money than they are right now. Gas prices was way more up when Joe Biden was in office than it is right now. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what nobody say. I know. Listen, I drive a diesel vehicle. Mine takes diesel gas. So I really was feeling it. My vehicle takes diesel. I drive a Dodge Ram 3500 diesel, Cummins diesel, 6.7 liter. I know what it feels like to pay high gas prices, but it ain't as high, nowhere near where it was when Biden was in office. What's up, Fish? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Paul Scale, how you doing? Jen said ICE is coming. They can come here. They come here, they better come with an application because I might take that job. They can come here, I might take that job. Gas prices is way down. I was paying for diesel gas in my area. I was paying $4.30. The cheapest I was paying when Biden was office was $4.17 a gallon. That was the cheapest. Right now, I'm paying $3.75 per gallon. And if I go far away from where I'm at, I can get it even cheaper. But I ain't driving that far for gas. See, sanctuary cities, this is how sad that is. They're using sanctuary cities to protect the illegal immigrants that cross the border illegally. And they're doing all of this stuff for illegal immigrants. But the people that voted for them in those neighborhoods, the people that voted for them, they're not doing nothing for it. Brandon Johnson in Chicago is doing more to protect illegal immigrants than he is for the citizens of Chicago that actually live there. That's why Chicago got the problem that it has, and that's why Chicago is running a 1.5 deficit, because he gave all y'all money to illegal immigrants, trying to house them in the hotels that their cronies own. What's up, Chis for real? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Oh, you want to talk deficit? Yeah, we can talk deficit. Look at it. United States deficit has been off the roof for the longest. And it still is. But look how long all these politicians been in office compared to how long Trump been there. So if you want to try to blame that one thing sole on Trump, you lost your mind. Joe Biden been in politics for how long? 40-something years? Most of these politicians been there for years. You can't blame that on Trump. He have a small part to play, but that happened over time. But this is what happens when you have career politicians that been there too long. They start thinking it's their money. These politicians start thinking it's their money. And see, this is where your personal feelings about somebody, as opposed to using your logic, comes to play. So when Trump said this is a good time to buy, right? The Democratic Party told y'all, oh, he shouldn't be saying that. How many of y'all actually went and bought stock then? Because he didn't say this is a good time for white people to buy stock. He didn't say this is a good time for Chinese people to buy stock. He didn't say this is a good time for Indian people to buy stock. He said this is a good time to buy. How many of y'all bought? Or was y'all still stuck in your feelings and mad at them because they told y'all to be angry and hate them? How many did y'all buy? Because I did. Hey, listen. $4.1 trillion deficit. Let me ask you a question. If you get to keep more of your money in your pocket based off of no tax on overtime and no tax on tips, right? And cutting the taxes to you as a citizen, and United States deficit still goes up, how does that affect you personally? I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying, how does that affect you personally when you're getting more money back in your pocket? If the United States deficit go up, but you're getting more money back in your pocket, that means that they're giving you more for you to live off of. How does that affect you personally? And I love the fact that Trump is getting rid of all these illegal immigrants driving these tractor trailers so American citizens and American truckers can start making that real money again because they're the ones actually doing the job. So thank you, President Trump, for getting rid of all these illegals driving these tractor trailers out here killing half of the people, killing people because they don't know what they're doing. So that real American who went through the CDL process got their license the right way, and they can get all of that shipping business back in their hands where it's supposed to be. So now for those people that work the warehouses, truckers are suffering under Trump. You're right, they were, because they were suffering under Biden. And now Trump is giving them back their business. That's why he had to do what he was doing. Because now you take away all of that competition, you got to pay American truckers to do this work. As opposed to getting these shipping costs getting undercut because you got illegal immigrants driving these tractor trailers. I'm okay with it. I'm glad that he's doing it. Because I know in time, you want your shipping goods to get where it got to go, you're going to have to pay American truckers to do it. They the ones should be making that money. So if I don't have a GED, so what did that mean? I barely have a GED. This is where y'all get, this is what makes me laugh about it. I barely have a GED. All right, let's just say I barely have a GED. Right? Let's say you're right, I barely have a GED. A guy that barely has a GED knows how to roughen plumbing from the ground up. A guy that barely has a GED, not go to a computer, know how to do drafting, know how to do blueprint and re-blueprint, know how to frame out houses, know how to install plumbing, know how to install rooms. A guy that barely has a GED, what you said. A guy that knows how to invest their money. A guy that's doing their 100% return on his investment. Barely have a GED. Let's talk about it. Barely have a GED. A guy that owns property. Renting it out and doing it. Barely have a GED. And I'm not rich. I'm broke. Just like y'all say, I'm broke. But I enjoy what I'm doing. Barely have a GED. Listen, I can care less if I fail high school or not. High school and all that stuff don't mean nothing. Because you know what? I don't owe nobody nothing. And everything that's functioning right now in the world is paying me. Here's my point. I own stock in Exxon gas company, where you go get your gas from. I also own stock in Sunoco, where you go get your gas from. Or wherever gas company you go get your fuel from. Every 3 months, every last one of these companies pay me a dividend. This uneducated fool right here. Every 3 months, they pay me a dividend. That iPhone, maybe you own, I don't know. Qualcomm, the one that actually makes the product that goes into your phone, part of the company. Every 3 months, they pay me a dividend. Because I own stock in them. This uneducated man. It doesn't matter how much I get paid. I'm getting paid. The more I buy it, the more they're paying me. And now it's just recycled money. As we speak, and as I'm on this live, it's recycled money. And I'm not bragging. But somebody made the point that I'm uneducated. But if you pay for your education and it didn't if you pay all this money for your education and it did not teach you these fundamentals, you got robbed. I probably own stock in the bank that loaned you the money to pay for your education too. Because I own stock in Bank of America, US Bank, and all the other ones. So I could be uneducated. I'd rather be uneducated and make money than to be educated and it costs me money. So if I happen to go pay for an education just so I can tell people I got a degree, I got a degree in this. And ain't nothing wrong with it if that's what you choose to do. I just chose not to. I wanted to make money. So I started maximizing my assets and minimizing my liabilities. And I realized that it actually works. Yeah, you're right, Donald. I used to work at Home Depot. What's wrong with that? I remember when I had stock at Home Depot, and I still do. But when I was working for them, I can't count how many splits I went through at Home Depot. That's actually what inspired me to start buying stock, working at Home Depot. That was when my level of investment actually went up because I realized the potential in it. So thank you, Home Depot. No, I'm not a millionaire. I'm broke. I'm broke. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Diversity, inclusion, delusion. Yeah, go Steelers. Yeah, we won that last game against the Vikings too. Michael said, laugh out loud, you are definitely my 5 top dumbest MAGA ever. Josh Copper, you might be right. Buy bonds is way better than stock. You might be right. I can't argue with that. You could be right. I do have bonds. Kendrick Knox, he's right about making money in the stock market. Yeah, you got to be patient. Like, you know, the stock market, it comes with its level of risk. And I will say that to anybody. The stock market does come with risk. Like right now, this morning, I took a risk. And I don't know how this is going to play out, but I actually bought stock in that restaurant, Cracker Barrel. I didn't have none this morning because I like what the price was. I ended up buying stock in Cracker Barrel. I have no idea what's going to happen with that. But I bought it. We'll see what happens. Here come all the insults. I love the insults. This is the one place you can come insult somebody and they're not even going to be bothered with it. So it's beautiful. Because I think sometimes people need that place, that space. There is no such thing as 100% return. Eric, I'm going to give you a scenario, Eric. I own Robinhood stock, and I'm not even going to use the other ones. I'm just going to go with Robinhood. I own Robinhood stock at $14.50 a share. Eric, Robinhood stock right now, I own it at $14.50 a share. I want you to go look up the price of Robinhood stock currently. That is a over 800% return as we speak if I was to sell it, but I'm not. I prefer to make money by contributing to society. Me too. That's why I work. That's why I get up every morning and I take my behind to work. And I'm still working. Ernesto, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Even y'all that don't like me, hit the like button. Even those that can't stand me. Do you work as a YouTuber? No. I work. Every single day I get up and I go work. Now in between my work, I do YouTube. I love working. I get up. I have never missed a day of work, and I've never called out, and I've never been late. On any job that I'm on, that I've been on. YouTube is just a place that I go and do our lives and stuff. And again, another means for me to possibly make some money, but I actually enjoy doing it. Honestly, I enjoy doing it. I get up and I enjoy doing it. Gunnar Marks, if I'm in my 20s and limited funds, I'm going to tell you, Gunnar Mark, let me explain something to you. I have limited funds, and I get criticized many times for the way I tell people to invest. And if I was you, and I'm not telling you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to tell you what I did when it came to investing. If you got a Robinhood account, or if you have whatever you use, right? This is how I did it. This is how I changed the dynamics for me. Gunner, listen closely if you can. What I did was, I went to find every company that I knew paid out some type of dividend. That's what I did. I put them on my watch list. This is what I did. I had about $50. I had more than that, but I started out with $200. But I didn't invest the whole $200. That's what I had. I went down and I put $1 and 200 different companies that paid out a form of dividend. This is what I did. I had the $200. I put $1 in every company that I could find that was solid and paid out a form of dividend, right? This is what I did. I went and I turned my portfolio to total return. Total return took away the stock price because I didn't care no more about what the price was. Total return told me what I was making money on and what I was losing money on. And every time I seen my stock drop way below my average, because all I did with the dollar was to create an average cost for myself. So every time I seen the stock drop way below my average, I added a little bit more money in, and I kept bringing down averages. If that stock was green for me, I didn't buy no more. I only was buying stuff that was in the red after I put my stock on total, after I put my portfolio on total return. And I stayed that path. And what was happening 70% of the time, because I had my averages so low, the stock price started to climb. Once it got above my average, I worked on somebody else. That's all I did. I do the same pattern over and over. And 70% of my portfolio is way in the green. Now, there's some stuff that's in the red, and I'm still buying depending on what I see what's going on when I go look at the financial and the health of the company or whatever it is I have invested in, and then I just keep going. And can I guarantee that's going to work 100% of the time? I don't know. But it's worked for me very, very well. Because the one person that I listened to was Warren Buffett. And what he said was, when the stock market is up, everybody's excited and happy. He said, but when the stock market is down, that's when he's excited. I took the same mentality. So every time I see a hard crash in the stock market, I was filtering money in. In the beginning, I had to take my own money, but then the dividend started coming, so I added to the dividend, which at that time was pennies. Now they're dollars. Plenty of dollars, because I stayed the path. Now all of my portfolios feed themselves. I no longer take the money out of my pocket to do it. There's so much dividends coming in on a day-to-day basis based on all of the positions that I have. Now all I do is recycle the dividend money either in the same company or another company. That's it. There is nothing genius about what I'm doing. But it has worked for me by far more better than not. So Gunner, for you, because I call my investment broke man investment, that's how I call it. If you follow my channel and you go to some of my old videos, I've always said I call what I do broke man investing. If you broke, you can do what I was doing. And over time, because I was very patient and I was very disciplined in how I was doing it, little by little, I was working it. So when people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, that's why I own stock in Sunoco. But the stock that I own in Sunoco, I bought cheap. And I've lowered my average cost. I am up 64% return on Sunoco if I sold it, but I don't sell it. Because I treat my stocks, my dividend stocks, the same way if I own property. If I own property, the minute if I'm getting rent from my property, the minute I sell my property, I'm no longer collecting rent. That's why I don't close out my positions. As long as it's paying me, I hold and keep collecting dividends and recycling the dividends. That's it. There's nothing brilliant what I'll do. Every once in a while, I'll do a whole series on what I do. And I didn't even want to get into it here, but he asked a question, and I felt like, you know what? I give you a little insight of what I'm doing. And people say I'm not getting that type of return. They can say what they want. I'm saying I'm broke because there ain't nobody business what I have. I pay bills with my paycheck, not my dividends. I don't need the dividends to pay my bills. I pay bills with my paycheck. I recycle my dividends to increase my positions so that I keep making more money. Sometimes I use my dividends if I need to, but it's rare. It's been extremely rare. Maybe once or twice in the years I've been doing it that I had to take some dividends to use it for something because it was an extremely large expense, like purchasing a car, and I wanted to put a good chunk of money down on it or actually pay for the car. So yeah, there was moments where I had to say, you know what, I'm going to take some of this and do this. But for the most part, no. He said, pull out the dividends to buy a new car. If I got it and it's paid for, I don't like paying interest. I don't like paying interest, so if I got it, my portfolio, this is how stupid that sounds. Pull out the dividends to buy a car. All right, so here's how stupid that sounds. Why would I go pay for a car and finance a car if I don't have to? So I'm going to give a bank more interest if I don't have to. That don't make sense to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't purchased a car in years. I'm driving the same piece of crap that I had for years. My vehicle is a truck, 3500 Dodge Ram diesel. I've had my vehicle for years. It's been paid for a long time ago. My vehicle is a 2008. You understand what I'm saying? It's a 2008. I'm still driving it. I'm going to drive it till the wheels fall off. Why? Because I'd rather take my money and keep investing it. But no, it's cool. I appreciate y'all being on this live. Appreciate y'all hitting that like button. Appreciate y'all hitting the subscribe button. Yeah, Josh, you're right. That's why I don't cash out. See, the key to it is you don't cash out, you leverage. Meaning you borrow against, if you need to borrow, you borrow against your portfolio. That way you don't pay taxes on borrowed money. What's up, Sky? How you doing? Sky Soldier. I think that's what it said. I'm sorry. The live is moving so fast, I can't keep up. But Sky, what's going on? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. But yeah, I don't, that's just what I do. I don't think that the way I invest is the best way or the smartest way or the most brilliant way. I'm just saying it working for me. Kendrick Knox, I mean, like I said, I don't tell people to do with their money. I'm just saying what works for me. Like I said, my vehicle is a 2008 Dodge Ram. It's old. And I will drive it till the wheels fall off. What's up, my brother? The Factacular Show. Welcome in, welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I would drive it till the wheels fall off. That's just me. But here's the thing. I own stock in Ford Motor Company. I own stock in General Motors. I own stock in Stellantis. All of them. And I'm going to keep buying. Why? Because the more I own it, the more it offsets my cost of living. My thing is this. I own stock in water companies, gas companies, everything. You're going to pay this stuff. You're going to go to the gas station and you're going to have to fuel your car. Here's where I tell people gas prices is not that big of a deal for somebody that's an investor. Listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you. If you own enough stock in the gas companies that you use to fuel your car, right? And let's just say you own enough that you're getting $300 to $400 every month back from the companies like Sunoco, Exxon Mobil, and all the other ones. Would you really care about how much you're paying for the fuel for your vehicle if every month it's coming back? But it's going back into your portfolio. It's the same thing with the water company. If I own enough stock in the water company or in the gas company or electric company, that's a publicly traded company, and it's the money that I'm paying for these bills are coming back, but it's coming back into my portfolio, how much am I really going to care? You either going to be a victim to this or you're going to be a beneficiary. You can hate me all you want to, but at the end of the day, that's really the American dream right there. See, they want you to go get the mortgage. They don't want you to buy the mortgage company. They want you to go into the debt so you be slave to the debt as opposed to being an investor and let everybody else be a slave to the debt, and therefore you make money from them. That's all I'm saying. But y'all can get mad at me all you want to. Most of us fell for that trap. Most of us fell for that trap. Soon as you got out of college or you got out of high school, whatever you did, soon as you hit number 18, they start giving you credit cards. Oh yeah, get a credit card. Why? So you can be automatically become slave to that debt. And as long as they can get you slave to that debt, they're going to make money and you're going to be a victim, because now when you go to work, your paycheck going to belong to everybody else but you. And if the inflation start to outpace your money, you're going to be slave to that for the rest of your life. That's why they teach you to go get the iPhone. That's the reason why they teach you to go get that Dodge Charger with the Scat Pack. That's why they tell you to go get all of this nice stuff so you can run up all of this debt, and it take you 30 years to try to get out of it. Yes, Josh, you're right. And if you don't feel like you disciplined enough, find somebody else to do it for you. Again, but like I said, they ain't got to like what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. The reason why I know what I'm talking about, because it's working for me. And I'm telling you, listen, like me or not, you can not stand me. But if you go back and listen to what I'm telling y'all, and you follow what I'm saying, do as it relates to investments, and you discipline, you show yourself discipline like I'm telling you, listen, you're going to be all right. Is it going to happen overnight? No. Say what you want. I collect money dividends from every single company I can possibly find, as long as they solid. And people can say I don't know what I'm talking about. I got people that follow my channel right now. And one of them is actually in the chat. And because he followed my channel and listened to some of the stuff, I didn't tell him what to do. I just told him what I was doing. He went and did what I said I was doing. Came back later and said, man, it's working for me because I'm actually doing all right. I'm making some money. So here's my last point about investing. And I'm going to throw y'all this one. Here's my last point of investing before I get ready to get up out of here, right? I want y'all to go look up AGNC. Just go look it up. I own a whole lot of stock in that. I'm only going to say a whole lot, right? I own it at a little under $9 a share. I want y'all to listen to me. I own it a little under between $8 and $9 a share, right? I want you to do the math on this one. I want you to go do the math on this. Go look at AGNC stock, right? And let's say if you had, I'm going to say $100,000. Let's just say you had $100,000 invested into AGNC stock. At the current price, I'm not even going to go where I'm at. At the current price, that AGNC pays 12 cents a month. 12 cents a month. So I want y'all to go do the math on that. $100,000 based on the current price of AGNC. How much dividends would you get out of that stock a month if you purchased it right now? At $100K, AGNC at the current price. At the current price. And my brother Jay, I don't know if you can hear, if you still in there. I think you are, yeah. I want you Do me a favor, Brother Jay. Go do the math and put it in the chat for me. I appreciate it if you could. Because I don't have nothing to do the math on it right now. $100,000. That's what I want y'all to do. $100,000. I think AGNC, let's just say, is at $10 a share right now. So you're going to take that $100,000. You're going to divide that by $10 a share. You're going to take the $100,000. You're going to divide that by $10 a share. I know it's a little more than $10, but we're going to go with $10. And I'm just saying if you had $100,000 there. I'm not saying that most people don't have that type of money. I'm just making a point. I'm just making a point right now of where you would be. So let me see if I can find my what's your name on here. So I'm actually going to go to, all right, I'm going to go get my calculator on my thing. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to do the math for y'all. And in fact, I'm going to divide it by $11. I mean $11, because I know it's under $11 a share. So, if you had $100,000, I already did the math, Jay. Don't worry about it. I got it. I had to put it on my other thing. If you had $100,000 invested in AGNC at the current price, right? That will pay you out over $1,000 a month in dividends. That will pay you over $1,000 a month in dividends. If you own, listen what I'm trying to tell y'all. If you had $100,000 invested in AGNC right now, that will pay you $1,000 a month, right? So, now, here's the difference. You go get a $200,000 a mortgage. You're going to pay way more than that. But if you had $200,000 invested there, that's $2,000 a month. So if you had $200,000 invested in AGNC, $2,000 a month will pay for wherever you go and you will live down there for free. I'm making a point. This is not about people having $100,000. You might not have $100,000 right now. But if you consistently keep investing, this is where patience come in. If I consistently keep investing, starting out with dollars, and I know people don't understand, that's why I call about broke man investing. If I keep putting $1 here, $5 here, $10 here, $10 here, and investing in different companies, every time it drops down, and I put a little bit more, a little bit more. No, you might not have $100,000 starting out, but if you did that over, listen, if you did that over a 5-year period, you might end up with $100,000. So then if you got a rent situation where you got to pay rent, that's why sometimes when people say, I'm staying with my parents, yeah, you should. If your parents let you stay there, when you turn 18, the first thing you should do when you turn 18 or you start working and your parents let you stay there, invest your money. That way, by the time, if you stay there for 5 years and all you did when you got paid was invest your money, when you get out here in the real world, your living is going to be almost free because you did the right thing. Financially responsible. You will eventually hit there. Yeah, you would. You would eventually hit 100,000. Now I do, and then you do take some of that and you invest in growth stocks. It don't have, you find some growth stock, and listen, they a lot more riskier than dividend stocks. But if you invest in some growth stocks and they actually do well, you can flip the script even better. 5% of my portfolio are in growth stock, meaning they are extremely risky. Like Robinhood, this is the point that I'm making. Like Robinhood stock, when I bought it at $14 and something a share. Why? Because I know it's a growth stock. I know I'm not going to get dividends off of it, but the potential to make a lot of money down the road was there. So I invested in it. Now, if you look at Robinhood stock now, it's well over $100 a share. I was willing to take the risk. And I have other stocks there too that I did the same thing. You go look at, and this is not even a growth stock, this is a dividend stock. You go look up KLAC. I purchased that stock at $650 a share. It is well over $1,000 right now. But I'm the dummy. I'm the uneducated one. They telling me I'm the uneducated one. It is what it is. I'm not, listen, I don't have a lot of money. I work with what I have. That's it. I'm still broke. But I'm on the path of building wealth. But I'm telling you, based off of my experience, it has worked for me. I'm not telling nobody what to do. You can do whatever you want to do with your money. But in the past, throughout my time, it has worked for me. You too could work for Home Depot. Tommy Boy 65, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Listen, they can insult me, Tom. It's all right, cool. It is 100% cool. It is 100% cool. I don't care about people insulting me. It really don't matter. AGNC is down 30%. He said AGNC is down 30%. Right now, it probably is. But here's the thing, Marcus. I own AGNC at $8.59 a share. Marius, I guess that's how you pronounce it. But I own AGNC at $8.50 per share. And I've been collecting 12 cents in share and dividends for the last 5 years off of that stock. Because I've had it for over 5 years. So if I got it at average of $8.50 a share because I keep buying it, and I've been collecting it over this time period, I can care less where the stock price is at right now because I have gotten way more money back in the dividends than I've invested into it at the time. I've gotten a lot of that back. And that money went into either that same company or it went somewhere else. And where it went somewhere else, that's making me more money. So the money, even if I don't put it back there, it went somewhere else and making more money. And I just keep recycling the same program. And if AGNC went back down some more, guess what I would do? I will be dumping more money there. Well, here's the thing about it. That's the way it's designed. But I'm going to tell you like this. And I'm not saying that I'm right, Marius. I'm not saying that I'm right about this. But my best guess, and this is a guess for me, that when the Feds lower interest rates, that stock right there is going to go up even higher. And understand that, and the last time I looked, AGNC is sitting at almost, I think about $10 billion market cap. They don't really have a whole lot of cost. And when the Fed start lowering the interest rates, that stock price is going to go up. But I really don't care about the stock price going up because I have no intentions of selling it. I'm going to keep collecting. Now, I'm not telling nobody else what to do. I'm just saying what I'm doing. I'm going to keep collecting. Because at this point, the money that I got invested in it is not, there's no more risk in it for me because I've gotten all my money back. I can only lose what's there. And I've gotten so much back that there's really no risk for me because I've had it so long. Yeah, and my thing is this, Maurice, is that the smartest thing I would say to somebody, just be patient and wait for the best opportunity possible. That's it. That's why when I told people earlier in the video, that's the reason why I only put $1 in a company, and that just establishes an average cost for me. I don't go and buy stock and dump a bunch of money. I put $1, it establishes my average cost for me, and then I work it from there. Every day I look to see if I got an opportunity. I wait for when they start announcing earnings. I wait for the Fed start talking. All of these type of moments where I see the stock market crash or some crazy stuff is when I actually started putting a lot more money. I've always held on to money long enough to try to do it. And guess what? It's worked out. I can't argue it. It worked out for me. Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good, Tommy, man. It's all good. That's what, that's what some of the people in my lives do. And I'm okay with it, man. I appreciate it. But I appreciate your conversation, man, because when they start talking about money and investment, I love it. I love it. Yeah, my portfolio, Marius, is extremely diverse. Listen, and people that know me, like my family, when I first started, I call my portfolio Ron's S&P 500. That's how diverse my portfolio is. I right now currently have invested in over 500 different companies. I am extremely diverse. Not only am I diverse when it comes to where I invest, I don't put all my money in one place. Meaning, if I'm not going to sit all my money in Robinhood or all my money in Webull or all my money over here. All my money. No, I'm extreme with that too. Why? Because listen, I don't want nobody to have that much control over my finances. Yeah, you're right, Jay. You're absolutely right. The ones that's coming in here are having issues with me and what I'm saying, and they throwing the insults, which I'm cool with. I've been here. Yeah, the government did shut down. I think it's a partial shutdown though, Bubbles. I think it's a partial shutdown, but if it keeps lingering on, it's gonna get worse. Well, I think the Feds should have been lowered. Now, in the beginning, early in the year when Trump was talking about the Feds lowering the interest rates, I disagreed with Trump. I said, nope, it's too soon because we need to see the effects of your decisions and how much it's going to have an effect on the economy. So I would disagree with Trump with that. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna have to go against you on this one, bro. Now, as we started progressing, then I started leaning more towards we need to lower the interest rate. So if you look at some of my earlier lives I've done, the people that's on my live on the regular, they know I said it. I said it many times. I disagree with Trump with lowering the interest rates earlier in the year. Now I'm on the side of lowering them. And I think that the Feds are late. I think they're late. I think it needs to go down the whole point. But I personally think it has to go down a point. I think that little quarter that they lowered it is not enough. I think they need to go down the whole point. But I'm not the Feds. I don't see what they see. I only can go by what they say. You know what I'm saying? I can only go by what they say. So I can't really tell you, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I base the economy based on what I see out in the world. Like when I go out in the real world, I don't listen. The Feds talk. The one thing I looked at, what stood out with me with the Feds was, I know they talk about unemployment rate, which I expected it to go up because of them getting illegal immigrants out of here, them coming at these companies, the Trump administration cutting a lot of these jobs out of government. So I already expected the unemployment rate to go up. When I look at the Feds and they said that people's income is exceeding inflation, that was a positive for me. But I knew that what Trump was going to do was not going to have a detrimental effect, but I think that the icing on the cake, this is just me personally, I think the Fed's lowering the interest rates is the icing on the cake for anybody that has an investment mentality or other people that wants to go out there and actually purchase a home and really need to. Because and then there's other people that are ballooned in houses, meaning they can't even get rid of their house. They want to sell and they can't. So, and at this point, in order for these car dealerships to get rid of these cars, they got to lower these prices. But so far they're going to be able to lower them, and nobody's still not going to be able to afford them because they can't get the loans to them. Same thing with a house. Until the interest rates come down low enough, people are not going to be able to afford a house because the cost of living. So for those people that want a house, that's why I say they need to lower it, so that people that want to purchase a home can actually afford to purchase a home. That's not, personally, it's not beneficial to me one way or the other. It doesn't affect me. This is not me personally. I want them. This is for people that just want to live their life and do what they want to do, purchase a home, buy a car. If they're going to take loans, they got to be able to afford them. So that's dumb. This is not me. Yeah. And listen, we need to get them out of here quick as possible. Having people come into your country, the way they let these people come into your country is just like it's like you letting a bunch of people come into your house and just eat up all your resources. It's the same thing. America don't have unlimited resources. Just like any other country, there is no unlimited resources. So if you let a whole bunch of people come in, it's like, and like if you watch animals migrate, let me put it to you like this. You ever watch animals migrate, right? And this is the difference between migrate and if they grazing in one area and they just stay grazing there and never move. Eventually there ain't gonna be no food left because they just all eating it up right there. So, but if you get predators that come in and drive them away and kill off a couple of them, that forces them to keep moving. But if you let anybody just flood into your country and they consume all your stuff and they're not doing it in their own country, you're going to run out of resources. And if you let that continue on. So no, they need to go back where they was at. Wow, Mark, man, I feel for you. I would tell you, and listen, if you got a lot of mortgage, I tell you, do your best. Do your best to try to pay towards your principal as much as you can. If you got a mortgage, pay to your principal as much as you can, and find a way to offset that cost. Invest. If you don't have no property or something like that, take a little bit of money, invest in the stock market, offset, and start now. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's what I would do. But that's what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get off of here. But for those that are still on the live, hanging in for a few seconds. Every Tuesday, y'all that are in the live, every Tuesday at 6 o'clock is the time period that we're shooting for. Top to bottom hair and skincare, which they make hair care product, skincare products, and it's organic. They will be on my channel live every Tuesday around the time of 6 o'clock. That way, for anybody that's looking for hair care products, skincare products, and anything of that nature, and candles, very, very well made candles. Make sure you guys check out Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. You can subscribe to the channel. You can subscribe to them. But also, if you don't, on Tuesday around 6 o'clock, you can always come in and check out Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. They're going to be doing lives on my channel 6 o'clock, and 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Around that time, they will be airing on my channel. So if you subscribe to my channel and you're looking for hair care products, skincare products, and you got questions about it, maybe you got hair care issues, maybe you got skincare issues, and you got questions, every Tuesday around 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll get a chance to watch them come in on the chat, and you'll be able to talk to them directly on there. Other than that, or you can go follow them at Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare, who are actually in the chat right now. Also, if you're looking for some humor, looking for a reason to laugh, go follow my brother, the Fattatula Show. When she does live reaction videos, please go follow them and join the family. And that's all I'm saying. Join the family. We have fun over here. There are times that I do lives and I do a lot, and I talk about investing. I talk about my stance on guns. I talk about my channel. This channel here is vast. It's not based on one subject. But if you follow my channel and you like and you subscribe to the channel, there's a whole lot of more things that's going to be coming. That's going to be added to the channel. I don't want to spill the beans, but as this channel grows and as I do different things, I'm bringing in different things. That way, it's not one dimensional based off of just my opinion, even though Ron's opinion don't matter. But yes, check out Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. They will be on my channel every day at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Around that time, we'll be starting the live, and you'll get a chance to see who they are, the CEO of the company. You get a chance to ask questions if you got hair care, skincare products. Hair care and skincare issues that you may want to have questions about. They make a vast amount of different things. If you personally got beards, they make beard oils, they make candles, they make hair. I use their product, and they don't pay me to say this stuff, but I'm saying it because I love the product that I get from them. I appreciate the products that they make. I use their body wash. I use their hair care product. I use their skincare product. I got a lot of stuff in here. They don't pay me this, but I do partner with them now because I like the product. Not because they ask me. They're not paying me to do this. I do it because I like the product, and I want people to have an opportunity to experience the same thing I experienced. And that's why I do it. And that's why I asked them to come to my live and gave them a standing appointment on Tuesdays, what we call Top to Bottom Tuesdays, where you'll get an opportunity to talk to them, interact with them. I'm not going to be on the live. Once they get to going, I'm out of the way, and you'll get to talk to them directly right from my channel. So please check out Top to Bottom. If you haven't already subscribed to their channel, you can. When this channel hits 5,000 subscribers, we're going to be doing a live together, and we're going to definitely be doing some giveaways at that moment. But with that said, outside of anything and everything I say, number one, I love y'all. I thank y'all for coming in. I thank y'all for spending y'all quality time with me. I really do appreciate it. I take none of that for granted. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day. But outside of that, please make sure if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, that right there is the one opinion that I say matters. Out of all my opinions, they might not matter. But when it comes to having a relationship with God, having a relationship with Jesus Christ, that's the one opinion that I say matters the most. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, try Christ and you'll see what I'm talking about. And like I said, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I love y'all all. I have no hate for nobody, even the ones that call me names, criticize me, call me Uncle Ruckus. I have no hate towards you. I love it because I feel like if this might be somewhere where you actually need to come, where you can let some of that out, and it's okay with me. So I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I'm not a big boy, but I'm a big boy. I can handle it. And if this is the only place you can go where you can let some of that out, because I'd rather you let it out on me than to go out there and do something crazy or angry or take that hate out on the street and take it out on the wrong person that can't handle it and something bad happens. So if you need to come here and insult me, that's cool. I'm okay with it. I love it. It's all right. 100. It really is. It is. I don't care. You might get something out of this at the end of the day. But outside of that, I'm getting ready to go. Everybody, please have a blessed, wonderful day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all follow Top to Bottom. Follow my brother James from Fattatula Show. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here, and y'all know the words. Peace!